Shalom, shalom. Call HALALYAM La, YAHAWAH BAHASHM, YAHAWASHI BAHASHM, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, a teacher rule well. Peace and salutation, speech to the hopeful elect. And Brother Tazwan Gabar coming with another lesson. This one's going to be titled, actually, I don't really got a title for it, but I just know we're going to be going in on Ecclesiasticus 99. Depending on how the class goes, I'll decide the title in the end. So we're going to jump right into it with the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 9. And start at verse 8. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. For herewith love is kindled as a fire. So the scripture's telling you to turn away your eye from a beautiful woman. If you see a beautiful woman, especially one, a local beautiful woman, one that lives in your area or one that you got to see at work or whatever it may be, it says what? Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman and look not upon another's beauty. All right. What does the Lord say? Let me grab this. It's in Samuel, I believe. It's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16, verse 7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance, or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord, YAHAWASHI, looketh on the heart. All right. So don't gaze at a woman for her outward appearance. Lord talks about let me grab it, see if I can find it. Light. It says, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 7, verse 26. Let me see if I can start a verse before. See what we got. If this thing will load for me. It says, I'll start at verse 26. Hast thou a wife after thy mind? Meaning, a woman that's going to follow after what you say, what you do, believe in what you believe in and serve you wholeheartedly. It says, forsake her not, but give not thyself over to a light woman, meaning a woman that just ain't shit. And a lot of these beautiful women are light women. You think that you can somehow fix this woman or change this woman or create this woman to be the way you want her to be, but 9 times out of 10, a lot of these women you can encounter, they've had some horrific so-called past times, man. They have some horrific childhood times, man, where they been touched and defiled on by whether it be their dad, their grandpa, their dad's friend, their grandpa's friend, their uncle, whatever it may be. But a lot of these women, most of these women have they have childhoods such as that, man. And that springs them up in the way of being a harlot at an early age. So not only that, they have they become emotionally, and mentally unstable. But women are the weaker vessel anyway. They're already emotional beings. But the more you put onto them at an early age and then just send them out alone, that really destroys a woman, because she starts abusing herself. You marry a woman or you come to a woman at a young age, she's not supposed to depart from you from that age up. Therefore she won't be defiled and abusing herself. But it says, but give not thyself over to a light woman. Don't just take any woman to yourself. Not every woman is going to be, submissive and, subservient, man, like serving you, subject to you. Not every woman is like that. You may take unto yourself a woman that you thought was beautiful, but she may be light, in mind. Damn, she's beautiful. She gotta be something serious, but on her inside, she's fucking rotten. She's a dumpster. You take her to yourself, marry her, and all of a sudden she's cheating on you. She never listens. She's telling you what to do. You know, she's gone at all times, different times of the day, out there abusing herself and not hearing anything you're saying. You know. I get back to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, and verse 8. It says, "And look, turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman." So you look at this woman like, damn, she's fine as hell. And once you get her, you find out that her inside was just ugly as hell, man. As ugly as can be, because, you know, she may look beautiful on the outside, but on the inside, it's just mold and dirt and dust. You know, it's like picking up a beautiful looking chocolate bar and you break it open to see what's inside of it, and there's a bunch of maggots on the inside, man. It's good for nothing. I mean, you know what? These women are beautiful for nothing. You know, beauty is a vain thing. You know, if you don't have a heart after the Lord, YAHAWASHI, or a heart of righteousness, your beauty is vain, man. Okay? It says, "For herewith love is kindled as a fire." You know, you see a beautiful woman, you start talking to her because she was fine as shit, you know, and at first she's all sweet and buttery and, you know, buttered up, but as time goes on, she start, you know, hey, iron start to rust, man. The iron begins to rust it. So she starts to show her true colors, how she really was a devil the whole time. And now you're stuck with a woman, so you feel like, hey, damn, I can't let her go. You know? Because you don't already given her just about everything of you. You know? And now you can't let her go. You're having trouble. And now you're miserable. You know? Or it talks about, the scripture talks about a woman, a so-called a humble and quiet woman is double grace to her husband, and she shall double his years. But a wicked woman, you know, a wicked wife is a rottenness in his bones. You know, why does it say that? Because it's like she's slowly killing the man with how stressful she is. You know, stress can really kill a person, man. Stress can really shorten your years, man, because it causes your body to be, it wears down your body. First, it wears down your mental, and when your mental is worn down, your body has no energy to, you know, keep up with itself, because, you know, you got depression problems, and then you got demons reaping, you know, all kinds of havoc on your body, man. So it goes on, which is where we really get to the point. It says, "Sit not at all with another man's wife." This is important. Sit not at all with another man's wife. Okay? Don't even pay any, you know, due respects to another man's wife. A man's wife is his possession. When a woman is, when you're addressing a woman, you're addressing her man. Back in the ancient times, when a woman was to be addressed, you know, she would be addressed through her husband. Like the woman that tried to, you know, ask YAHAWASHI, question YAHAWASHI, said, "Where's your husband? Bring your husband, I'll answer him." You know, because a woman, hey, you messing with somebody else's possession. That woman can get something and find something out and use it against her husband. You know, sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms. You know, don't, hey, listen, man, this is very important, man. You see another man's wife, and she may be beautiful. We're in a time where a man's wife looks like she has no husband. Back then, a woman, you could tell a woman had a husband, but now you can't tell if a woman has a husband or not, because they walking around with the ass cheeks out, and, you know, you got 90% clothing on. The only thing that she's hiding is her damn, only thing she's covering up is her damn nipples and her vajayjay, man. You know, and if she does have a husband, most likely he approves of this way of her dressing, man. And that's just the times we're living in. Okay, but that's why the scripture says, "Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman," and especially now. It says, "Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms." This is a setup. You're around a woman, and she's married. You tell her she got a man. Yeah, she cool as shit, and she, you know, she talking it up with you, and y'all giggling and laughing, and hell, man. You know, if a woman is sitting with you at all and she has a husband, she's already showing signs of subjection to you. You know, when a woman begins showing signs of subjection to you, there is much room in there for error. You know, much woman there for adultery, and for you to lay down with that woman. It says, and spend not thy money with her at the wine. You began buying a woman. You say you go buy a woman some wine. This is a common thing you see at the bar or a club, whatever. You know, you see it in the movies. You know, a man comes into the bar. A woman sitting down drinking, and she may be depressed, or she may be going through it with her husband at home. A man comes, a man that, you know, he's dressed all nice and shit. He sits next to her. He say, hey, can I get you a drink? You know, and all of a sudden she starts smiling, because this woman is seeing opportunity, you know, for her to be comforted by a man. A woman is desires a man, you know, because a woman was created to be a helpmeet. So a woman's always going to be open to hear what a man has to say, you know, unless she's, you know, really down and loyal to her husband like that. But a woman's always going to be open to what a man has to say, because she was created to be a man's helpmeet. And when a man gives her a little bit of attention, that begins to plant a seed in her heart, where she's thinking, oh yeah, this man might be my type. You know, you don't want to plant a seed in another man's wife's heart. All right, because that's you already fucked up then. That's why it's telling you what, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thine heart incline unto her. And not only that, what does wine do when you drink it? It makes you merry. You know, and a woman being a weaker vessel, if a woman drinks wine, 9 times out of 10, she's gonna try to come on to you, man. All right, if you're around a woman you drinking wine with, and she, you know, she already laughing with you and shit, she already approves of you, she already cool with you, you drink some wine with this woman, all right, it's a good chance she's gonna end up trying to, you know, get all touchy with you, man. All right, and then at that, it's another man's wife. You know, a woman, she's only been with that man. She may be getting demons plaguing her mind, thinking that she should go see what another man feels like. You know, that she should, you know, want to explore. She wants to please another man. She wants to see what this man does, what this man's about, how he acts and how he feels and what he sounds like. And, you know, these are the things that enter into a woman's mind, because she's the weaker vessel. You know, she gets tempted, woman gets tempted, and they aren't very well with resisting. They don't cope very well with resisting temptation. When a woman is tempted, she, you know, she's closer to a beast than a man is. Because when the beast is tempted, it's going to go take it. All right. But when a man is tempted, he has some kind of moral within his mind, some moral law that's already engraved into his mind. Hey, I'm not having this, I'm not having that, and I'm not having that. And that's just how a man is. A woman, she's like I said, she's an emotional creature. You can deceive a woman through her emotions. Okay, you can literally manipulate a woman, because she's a weaker vessel, by her emotions. You know, you can tell her what she wants to hear. You know, you can sell a woman a fucking dream, and because her you know, fantasy like mind and her fiction like mindset, she gonna go for that shit. She gonna be all ears. She gonna be all for it. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, you know. Especially the westernized mindset. A woman's attracted to a man with the westernized mindset. You start telling her about all your dreams and goals and aspirations on this side, and she's you know, that shit's turning her on, man. She's squirming in her pants, because a woman's attracted to the westernized mindset. If she's over here in the West, she's gonna be attracted to the westernized mindset, and that's just the way shit is right now. And you, a man in this truth, and you have a wife, you got to, you know, keep a strict eye on her. You got to strictly keep your eye on her, because any man can come up to her and start selling her all kinds of bullshit through words. Oh yeah, I'm finna be this. I already got this running for me. Already got that running for me, you know. And even though your woman may be a woman after your heart, this man is saying all this shit to her. She's starting, oh shit, wow, this man has power. This man has stature. You know, because a woman, she lacks faith, wisdom. She lacks these things. So when she sees a man, she's looking at him for his countenance. She's looking if he's wearing any designer. She's looking for how confident he speaks, because a woman sees these things as power. A woman doesn't look on a man's heart. That was those back in the day shit, you know. And even then, that was rare for a woman to just look at a man and like him for how he thinks or how he feels about things. A woman she naturally looks at the outward, she looks at the countenance of a man. So whatever she sees this man wearing or, you know, sprouting or boasting in, she gonna look at him like, okay, this man has it, you know. If she accepts your countenance, you automatically have a 90 out of 100% chance, you know, of getting that woman. If a woman accepts your countenance, you already almost there. All you gotta do is go spit game on her. You know? All you gotta do is just what? Say a few things that's just gonna make her mind click. Because women they're like, you know, little possessions. You know? It's almost like fishing. When you throw bait out there, the fish bites onto it, and you pull it in, you got yourself a fish. You know, your countenance is bait to a woman. She looking at a dude's arms, buff dude may come up to her, she's like, oh shit, this man's got power. Look at his countenance. That's how a woman sees, you know. And even most men see as the outward appearance, are looking at a woman's outward appearance, or looking at another man's outward appearance, and assume that this person is this way or that way because of how they seem on the outside. But the Lord does not look, you know, on such things. So we as his servants should not look on such things, you know. That's why we try the Spirit by the Spirit. That's something called trying the Spirit by the Spirit, you know. Seeing what kind of person they are, their personality, you know. You speak to a person a little bit, and once they speak, you start understanding what kind of person they are. You start understanding what their spirit's like. You begin to understand whether they're of Israel or not. You begin to understand, you know, whether they have morals or not, you know. You begin to understand whether they're into more wickedness or they're more like a chill person you know, and like to stay away from all those things, you know. It says, spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thine heart incline unto her. Meaning what? Your heart inclines into her. What does that mean? You begin to start liking her. You begin to start feeling her. You take account that in the beginning of the scripture says, sit not at all with another man's wife. So this is a married woman you're talking to. You take her and you know, what do these women like to do? They like to hug you. Women like to hug. They're like, they naturally want to hug on a man because they want to feel up on that man. You know, that's just what a woman does. You know, it says, lest thine heart incline unto her, meaning you start to feel some type of way about her. You already drinking wine, and you're already married, and she's married, and both of y'all agreeing on pretty much about everything because y'all at the wine together, you know. And then what? Your heart starts to incline to her. Damn, you know, I like the way she's laughing at me. I like the way she smiles. She look at me, you know. It says, and so through thy desire, thou fall into destruction. All right. So you desire to have this woman. Now you desire to go into this woman. And, you know, once you do, destruction awaits you. And how does destruction await you? This woman's husband is going to find out one way or another. And the more you around this woman, the more chance you have of getting found out. People like to say the law is done away with, but I still see that it is a law. Adultery is a law to, you know, thou shalt not commit adultery. I still see that is a law. That's just, it's not only a law of the Lord, but it's a general law. Even the heathens struggle with these things. Heathen man sees his wife sleep with another heathen man, you know. All of a sudden, fury possesses him, wrath and anger possesses him, and he's taking it out on that woman and that man. You know, he putting them both to death, which the scripture said what? Let me grab it. All right, so this is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 10. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. This is a law. This is a commandment. You know, because why? This is an abomination. Committing adultery is an abomination. It's a grave sin. Okay, a grave sin, meaning what? Is you're most likely going to get put to death for it. You commit this, and you're most likely going to get put to death on it for it, man. You know, you could be laying down with another man's wife, and all of a sudden he gets home off work early. That's the Lord. That's the Lord coming to, you know. That's the Lord telling you it's time to pay up. You did the deed, now it's time to pay up. You know. Men be thinking they're invincible. Yet I still see this as a law today. Look around you today. You look on the news, people getting put to death back and forth for committing adultery. Especially the damn woman. You know. A lot of times, sometimes, you know, the man lets the other man go and he takes it out on the woman, which was his possession. You know. Not realizing if you had been strict on her in the first place, that could have been avoided. It's a high chance that it won't be avoided, but if you ain't strict on her, and limiting her according to her freedom and what she can do in this westernized ass nation, man, and society, if you ain't limiting her freedoms from the freedoms that Esau gave her, she's most likely going to end up committing adultery. So this is the book of James. And I'll finish it up with this. This is the book of James, chapter 1, and verse... I'll start at verse 14. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Okay, and that scripture in Ecclesiastes 9 was telling you methods of avoiding being enticed. Now, you can be enticed through a woman. The Lord naturally made a woman. The Lord naturally made a man and a woman attracted to each other, because that's just the natural order of things. You see a woman, you begin looking at her soft nature, her curves, and her, you know, you begin looking at her eyes and how she smiles. This is because the Lord made it this way, that a man be attracted to a woman. And the Lord made a woman to be attracted to a man. She's attracted to a manly nature, a manly structure, his muscles, you know, his figure, his deep voice, his beard, his mustache, how tall he is. This is just the natural order of things. It says, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust. That's your own lust, you know. You were created to, you know, the way you were created, the woman was created for you. The Lord put that feeling on you where you like, damn, I want her. Damn, I want to pop her, damn. You know? And this was made so that men in the earth and men and women in the earth could multiply. But there were made laws around that. Laws and commandments were created around that, so that other men ain't going to other man's woman, and that creates confusion, man. Because now the woman's creating evil amongst the neighborhood or the town or the city or the nation, man. She ain't supposed to have more than one man in her, man. You know? Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, you know, that lust, when it's conceived, what? You finally get to the woman, you talking to her, you know, you carrying out your lust. You know, when it's conceived, it bringeth forth sin. What is that sin? When you lay with that woman. You know, you take it back to the crib, or you go to her crib, you know, and y'all lay with each other. Her husband's gone, y'all lay with each other. That's sin. It bringeth forth sin. Now you've sinned because you committed adultery, both you and the woman. And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. Okay? You get caught in that action by that man, it's almost a sure death. Okay? That's why you see it a lot on the news or on TV or whatever, on movies and shit. A man comes home while a man's laying with his wife, and that man's hiding because he's hiding from the wrath of that man when he finds out. You know, a man could do some crazy things in his wrath, in his anger, in his jealousy. He ready to kill you and the damn woman. You know? And that's the Lord reaping judgment, man. It says the Lord's carrying out judgment when that happens, man. You like, damn, I thought this man didn't get off work for another 5 hours, but yet he's here. Why? Because the Lord put the spirit on that man to say, I should go home early. The Lord put a spirit on his boss to say, hey, we don't need you anymore. You want to go home early? Because now it's time. Now it's time for judgment, baby. You know. Now things has to be done. And when your woman, fellas, you're gonna realize when your woman's committed adultery, she's gonna start to act different. She's gonna become more hostile against you. She's gonna become more defensive. When a woman is subscribed to you only, all her defenses are down. She has no walls put up. But when a woman subscribes to another man, and she her heart inclines into another man, and now she's talking to this man or whatever it may be, she begins to become hostile against you. And that's just how a woman is. She can't really hide. Her true intentions. It's going to come out in the form of emotion or in the form of hostility. It's just how those things are going to show forth. It says James 1:16, do not err, my brethren, my beloved brethren. So don't go and commit adultery, man, because it's going to come back to you. You're going to have to pay for that. Us brothers, we're in this truth. We may have committed adultery in the world, but now that we're in the truth, we know that was wrong and that was off. And you may have gotten a wife in this truth, and she may have done the same shit. Scripture says that wife should be a harlot in the city. That's just that's prophecy. So you may be now feeling those things come back to you, and you're like, damn, that shit hits. Well, yeah, that's what you did to somebody else. That's what you did to another man, and it's gonna hurt because it was not supposed to be done. Somebody tampered with your stuff. It's like stealing. It's like you stealing from somebody, man. But this is stealing on another level, because you go into that woman, she's now your possession. She's now one with you. That you, brothers, when you lay with the woman, you go into her, she begins taking after you. She begins cracking jokes after your manner. She begins laughing after your manner and doing things after your manner. Why? Because you are putting your DNA into this woman. So now she's starting to become a female version of you. One of your clones. Just a female version. So be careful with how you raise your possession, man. All right. You never know what can happen. You never know what can go wrong or go down. These things are just set like this, man. But as it says here, James 1:16, do not err, my beloved brethren. So don't go off. Sitting with another man's wife is to go off. Taking her to yourself is going off. Do not go off, my brethren. HALALYAM, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, I truly hope this lesson was edifying to you, Akim and Akhwath. Listen to truth, sincerity, and to next time, Yahshua, I say Shalom.